Labour has eventually stretched the pin on the Brexit negotiations by the government, at the end of a 1 week in that they emerging to be on lifetime supporting. So is it, as several propose, period to recite the recent rights on Theresa May's departure treaty draft? Allows be precise, it will be stimulating, to say the low, for the law to get via the House of Commons. But accountable of its death may so include been overdone. It may not go downward to instant destruction. And the is reason. A leaked memorandum by the government party, not coordinated by Labour or the office, concluded a croak how could include been appealing to both of leaderships. Though up the departure treaty draft makes its exterior, the memorandum offered down there could be a complementary voice in Parliament on else plebiscite. The is quite various of which the dark Brexit Secretariat, Sir Keir Starmer, was offering, how down there ought to be a confirming voice, as portion of a pack, on any coordinated transactions. The leaders of both of the major parties aren't acute on else social voice, to say the low. So a stay-alone House of Commons voice on the question, dissolved of the transactions, would be more than potential to go downward to destruction, as it has on early occasions. Jeremy Corbyn could say to human beings as voice supporters in his ranks, I did try for a plebiscite, but oh, it didn't job, so now allows fair, keep in the top probable transactions. But it would appear how the attitude has been scuppered by Labour's broad negotiations crew or, supposedly, by the office. I include had a powerful manage how the suggestion in the leaked by the government memorandum win go front in the shape. But the might not be the failure it seems for the main secretary since supporters of else plebiscite may include no stock option but to voice initially for her draft. Down there will be a voice at which named, in Parliament say, other read in the at first 1 week in June. If the main secretary is conquered at the spot, it's mainly the end of the way for her transactions and her premiership. But if MPs voice for the draft at other read, they later get an prospect to changing it, and how would involve an correction on else plebiscite. So it's not unfeasible how several human beings who loathe Theresa May's transactions offer it their interim supporting so they can talk increasing it, or setting it to a social voice. Negotiations in Labour are above, but efforts to win above person Labour MPs are no. Mention the formulation of Downing Road's declaration how full treaty hasn't been achieved. So wait to see several incentives in, or about, the Brexit draft for opposition MPs to behind by the government. For example, a obligation to remain in move in the EU on workers' rights and ecological protect. Allies of Sir Keir include accused the collapse of the negotiations on the PM's failure to get a Customs Officer Association trade-off history her office. But if she keeps prudent MPs on executive board in the law by eschewing a Customs Officer Association but delivers a inclusive, confidence me, the speech is essential to several Labour MPs, interim location to recent before the following poll, several gentle opposition to her transactions may crush. Later down there is the reason put striker by the ex-prudent secretary nickname Bowles, supported off the recording by several in Downing Road. If the main secretary's draft gets shooting downward in flames down there is no some easily accessible car to hinder the failure stock option of no transactions. Really, number 10 insiders wait to see loud arguments for no transactions if Theresa May's law waterfall. Several unions, such as the GMB and TUN, favor else plebiscite. But the management of Bring Together, that is nearest to Mr. Corbyn, substantially favors outgoing in a transactions, and Labour MPs will be done so aware of the. So though if Labour officially opposes the draft at other read, down there could be a significant uprising of those ex-Remainers presenting keep areas, secure in the expertise how they wouldn't precisely be disturbing several strong forces in the side. And the MPs who supporting which named overall Marketplace 2.0 could be key to the result. These are, widely talk, Labour MPs who are no one Corbynistas nor in favour of else plebiscite, such as Lucy Powell and Stephen Kinnock, and they are really acute to escape no transactions. Yet, if the Labour stick is to contrast, wait it to be thoroughly forced irrelevant of the view of the side leads office space. So Mrs. May's instant destiny may yet be in the hands of opposition MPs. The upcoming management competition may company up opposition to Theresa May's draft on the prudent benches by setting the departure treaty draft out of its poverty nearly as quickly as it appears, the main secretary's critics aware she will annul office space sooner quite rather than after. But several candidates will be keener for her to get Brexit above the link, though in a less than rather than optimum transactions, so they don't once get bogged downward in hard votes. It would as well enable them to do their tilt relying on the next relation in the EU. So could several of their supporters, irrelevant of their social critique of the transactions, calmly voice to get it above the link? Set versus all the, down there is lot of analyze in the social domain that will speak you how unfeasible it is for a transactions to go via. But order currently, number 10 might so see very unbelievable as perspectives for hopefulness. Expect a recent, does it no?